Hello YouTubers, RogueMonkeyJr here. In today's video, I wanted to present all of you with, in my opinion, now this is based on personal opinion and can change based on your personal taste or playstyle, but I will present you guys what I think are the best blasters or weapons in Star Wars Battlefront 2 for all the classes, so Assault, Heavy, Officer, and Specialist. Now for the sake of consistency, I'm going to base my opinions on the weapons bare with no mods equipped. I will talk about mods a little bit and what kind of mods I equip on those weapons when I personally use them, since I have most of them. But for my review and opinion on the best blasters for all classes, we're just going to talk about them when they have nothing equipped on them, as to make it a level playing field with, for example, the base weapon cannot equip mods. So that's how it's going to work. So we're going to start right off the video with the Assault class. Now, there are 4 weapons available right now in Star Wars Battlefront 2 for each different class, and each weapon is locked behind a challenge or milestone. Basically, it's the amount of kills you have with that specific class that'll allow you to unlock each different weapon. So, as I said, starting off with the Assault. So in my personal opinion, this CR2 is hands down the best weapon in the Assault class. The rate of fire, as you can see on screen right now, is insane. It has really good cooling power, which means that, in parentheses, reloading is actually quite fast. The range is not great, but you can always manage and tap fire that weapon to get some range with it. The damage is not the best, but it has such a high rate of fire that you can take down any enemy threats in the close distance or even at a larger distance in a matter of seconds, and then you can cool your weapon down, get ready for the next engagement. It is such a good weapon at close quarter combat and even medium range combat that I used all the other weapons. I unlocked everything in the game so far, well, all the weapons for all the different classes, and hands down CR2 is the best one. And of course, you can unlock this weapon by getting 200 kills with the Assault class, so it's the 3rd weapon that you unlock, and you can also get mods for it. And the mods I have equipped usually is the Reduced Recoil, which is the stock, and the Night Vision, so when I aim down sight I can actually see heat signatures, but I mean, you'll unlock those as you progress through the weapon's individual progression. But the CR2, hands down, you can do so much with it. It's a very versatile weapon, and I don't even think there's another weapon that can come close to doing as much damage as this one in such a short amount of time, and it is forgiving if you miss a few shots here and there. So moving right along to the Heavy. Now for this class, my top pick is the DC-15LE. Now this is the 2nd blaster which you unlock for the Heavy class. Now this one requires you to get 50 kills, which is not too bad, and I just think it's a nice balance of cooling power, really high rate of fire. It doesn't do that much damage, but I mean, it takes so long for it to overheat that you'll be able to take care of a lot of enemies before having to hit that reload button, and it's got pretty good range for a weapon that shoots so fast, and you can manage the recoil very nicely. I was just going on mad streaks with this, especially coupled with the shield, the individual shield that comes with the Heavy that you can have, and the impact grenade. You can do some massive damage with this. I was taking down enemies at range. You can tap fire this very well. As I said, recoil very controllable, and you can do a whole lot of damage. I preferred this one because of the high rate of fire and its high cooling power, as opposed to the others that have a lower rate of fire but higher damage. I feel that this one just fit my playstyle a little bit better. I'm the kind of person that plays close to the action. I don't really stay far behind. I'm usually up in people's faces, unless of course I'm using a sniper. That's a whole other case. But for the Heavy, I think that this is the best one for balance between all of those different stats: cooling power, range, rate of fire, and damage. And also, you can always get some mods equipped to it. I think mods are a big thing that deter me from using the base weapons in the game, just because they add so much potential to a specific weapon. So this one, I have the digital rangefinder equipped on this one for reduced recoil and the improved zoom, and I think it's just a great weapon, hands down. Now moving along to the Officer class. Now the Officer class has access to pistols, or pistol blasters, and for me, this one, the S-5, is amazing. It does so much damage. It's like a hand cannon. It's like the, if you guys ever played Battlefield 4, it's like the Deagle of Battlefield 4 for Star Wars Battlefront 2, or even the Mars Automatic pistol in Battlefield 1. It's just amazing. You can 3-shot people very easily, 2 shots if you get them in the head, and I think, for me, I personally love this pistol because it is that type of hand cannon. It takes skill and aim, obviously, because if you miss your shots, you're pretty much going to be dead. But I mean, that damage output that it has, it's almost maxed out damage, and it's incredible. A lot of people actually told me that they preferred this pistol over all the other ones. There are different options out there, like the Blurg is a burst fire pistol, and then the last pistol you unlock is automatic. But this one, I just feel it outplays all the other ones. If you have the aim for it, it's just so good, and it only takes 50 kills to unlock. So this is the second pistol blaster that you unlock for the officer class, and of course you can always put mods on it to make it even better, such as reduced recoil and the zoom optic that you can have on the weapon, which makes it that you can use it at range and do a massive amount of damage to enemies, even if you're a little bit further back from the action. So the final class in today's video is the Specialist class. Now the Specialist, obviously you have access to sniper rifles, and most of them take many shots to kill. Like, even if you get headshots mixed in those, they take a lot of shots to kill. Now, usually when you're playing a sniper class or a scout class or specialist, something that has a long range weapon involved in it, you're usually a bit further back from the action. So in that regard, for me, the best weapon for the specialist class is the last one to unlock, which is quite a grind. It takes 500 kills to unlock this weapon. It might seem very few or not that much, but it does take a little bit of time to unlock this weapon. And this weapon is called the NT-242, and it has an insane amount of damage. Granted, with the base weapon, you can only shoot 3 lasers back to back before having to cool down your weapon. If you hit those shots, you do a massive amount of damage. Now, you can one-shot most enemies, except of course maybe special classes or the hero and villains units, but it does a crazy amount of damage. You can one-shot, body shot a specialist, you can one-shot, headshot an assault officer. It's so good, but you have to hit your shots. If this gun is not forgiving, or this blaster is not forgiving. If you miss those shots, you'll more than likely die because it has a pretty slow rate of fire, as you can see on the screen. It doesn't fire all that fast, so you have to hit those shots. You have to be on point. But if you use this weapon, I promise you, you will love it, and you will not want to go back to those other sniper rifles, which take a lot more hits to kill your enemy. And this one, for me, it takes the cake. I mean, it's just amazing. It makes a noise, like the sound of this weapon is amazing. It has this super big green tracer on it, which is pretty cool. And of course, you can also put mods on it, which is nice. So the dual zoom, and the other one that I don't have yet is called improved cooling, and this allows you to shoot 4 lasers before having to cool down your weapon. And if you couple this with the ability Marksman, which when you get a headshot, it cools down your weapon for you. If you get a headshot kill, that is, cools down your weapon for you. You're just going to be able to get so much more damage output onto the enemy and do a massive amount of disruption on them. So these are my 4 top weapons for all classes in Star Wars Battlefront 2. As I said, these are mostly based on personal opinion, of course, performance on the Battlefront, but I mean, depending on your playstyle, you will maybe like some other blaster more than these ones, so just be aware of that. And yes, I have tried every blaster in the game. I unlocked them all, so this isn't just a video that I put together just guessing that I really like this blaster, this one's the best one, even if I haven't tried the other ones. So keep that in mind. Some of them do take a little bit more of a grind, but eventually you'll get them all. And for the mods that you can equip to them, you get all 3 mods after 500 kills with that specific weapon. So it gives you a little bit of challenge to work towards too, and make your weapon very, very good. Now, I know that more blasters will come out in the future of Battlefront 2 as more DLCs drop and my choices might change, but for now, those are my top picks. I want you guys to let me know what your favorite weapons are in Battlefront 2 down below. And while you're down there, be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to join our Discord server, link in the description down below. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.